everyone. Welcome back to Graceful Living. If you are new, welcome. I am so excited to have you here today. Today, I wanted to bring you along as I put together my hot cocoa bar. Now, my boys love hot chocolate. They always have. And then I have my littles, who I call my nieces, come over throughout the week. And so I know they will really enjoy it. So I thought, why not put it out for the month of December and January and just warm their little hearts. So I wanted to bring you along as I go through the process. So let's get started.
All right, we're just going to quickly run through some things that I've gathered from my pantry or purchased here recently, and then we're going to kind of shop the house for some items to put things in. Now, my suggestion when you are trying to put something new together, if a hot cocoa bar is brand new to you, shop your house. Look around for things that you have stored in cabinets or even out on a shelf. Pick that up and use that for a vessel. When it comes to candy making or preparing your bar, shop through the year. I always pick up sprinkles. I think I mentioned that in my last video. I try to just pick things up throughout the year and think about what I might use it for later on. Even if I don't know that I'm making a hot cocoa bar in December, I'm gonna pick up sprinkles that I know I will use down the line. As you can see, I am reusing a chalkboard that I used during the fall. I've actually had this chalkboard for some time. This is not a fancy chalkboard. I did purchase it at Hobby Lobby, but it was way back in the art department and it was probably $5, and I used my 40% off. And it works. It's nothing fancy. It wasn't expensive, and I don't think it needs to be fancy or expensive to be used around the house. You can make it fancy. You can make it look more expensive by what you do with it. And adding a little bit of chalk to this and then hanging some lights on it later, making it my backdrop of my chocolate bar, I think it looks perfect. Making little traditions like this can be simple or more involved, but it should always be meaningful, fun, unique, and just inspiring to your family. Be intentional about your traditions because they really do form unbreakable bonds. Like I said, they can be on the very simple side of eating dinner together each and every night, maybe praying before you have your meal. We used to do what we called special plate, and we would kind of have little cards out every day of the week, and we would nominate each other for things that we thought was just a sweet thing to say. And whoever got the most nominations that week, and of course we as parents tried to keep that very even, got the special plate that week. And that was every Friday, and it was something that the boys really looked forward to when they were younger. The boys always had a special birthday hat on their birthday, and we went out to breakfast and their room was decorated. We had a memory jar, and anytime a sweet memory or the boys said something really cute, I would pop that in the jar. And then on New Year's Eve, we would sit down as a family and read those little cards through the night, and we had so much fun. I've talked about our donut tradition, how we go out the night before Thanksgiving and also the night before Christmas and pick out our favorite donuts. We have family time that night, and then the next morning I don't have to make breakfast. And then each Thanksgiving, we've always had a thankful tree. We place what we're thankful for on that tree. We've also had Christmas Eve gift opening. We've never opened Christmas gifts on Christmas Day because we've always tried to make sure that the boys knew exactly what Christmas Day was all about. It wasn't about the fun games and toys that they had received for Christmas, but it was about our Savior. And so we always set aside Christmas Day, especially for him. And we've done Advent scriptures that we read each night as a family. There have been times where we have actually wrapped up the pieces of a nativity, and that was the only thing that was wrapped and kept under the tree during December. And each night, the boys would pick one of those gifts and bring it to their dad, and my husband would read that part of the Christmas story, and that was always super special. And of course, we have always had family prayer time every evening. Family traditions are so important, so please think about being very intentional when you make them. And like I said, they can be so simple or they can be so grand. It doesn't matter. It's just something that is meaningful between you and your loved ones. Well, I've chatted so much about traditions that I really haven't talked about the hot cocoa bar, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I did shop my house, like I said earlier, just gathering some little things that I thought would add some elegant touches to it. I really love bringing just that little bit of elegance to each and everything I do. Of course, I kept with my neutral theme, and I just love it. I did buy some little snowman candies because I knew the girlies would love that, so that's especially for them. Now I am going to move on to something that is super popular this year, and that is the hot cocoa bombs. Now, from what I hear, the molds are very hard to come by. I know people here in town have searched for them and they are nowhere to be found. And I've also heard that when you order them online, it's going to show up after Christmas. So one of my friends had posted a question over on Facebook the other day about what to use instead of the molds. And I remember having these little Easter eggs up in a closet to use with the girlies throughout the year. And I thought, I wonder if you could make them with that. Well, they ended up finding molds, so they didn't use them. So I tried the night before and it came out, and I sent a little picture to Amanda. And then the next day she told me, goes, you have to do that in your video. And I thought, I don't want to do that, but I'm so glad that I did because they come out so cute. I know the boys have already used them, and I'm sure the girls are going to love them too. They do have to be kind of pried out of the mold. And what I have found is if you start twisting the chocolate, it does come out quite a bit easier. Now, they don't come out perfect, but I did find a solution to that as well. So in a minute, I will show you that. So my process behind these is to just spoon in some heated chocolate into the bottom half of the egg because that is the round piece. Now you could use the whole egg, but obviously it's going to be more oval than round, and I wanted these to be a little bit more like the original chocolate bombs, and so that's why I use just that bottom piece. So as you can see, I fill it in with a little bit of chocolate, pop it in the freezer, and then back out and just twist until it releases. Now here I have a pan warmed up to just gently even out the edges. Now I missed some video here. I am so sorry. I take 1/2, fill it with a little bit of hot cocoa, some marshmallows, and just a few of those little snowflake sprinkles. And then I take the other half back to the pan, heat it up just a little bit, and that creates my glue to glue it together. And then I go ahead with this process. I drizzle a little bit of chocolate onto the bomb itself, attach marshmallows, sprinkles, those little gold candies, and then again, just drizzle a little bit more chocolate over that. And then I add some gold sprinkles, and I just love the way they came out. and they worked. I hope that today's video serves as some inspiration, not only for a hot cocoa bar, but for the beginning of lifelong memories between you and your loved ones. Our families are worth every ounce we pour into them. I would love to hear some of your traditions, so please consider sharing with all of us down below in the description box. As always, stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.